Hey everyone, it's Dinah, and we are back with a new little animation series reaction. This is for the boys Diabolical. This is a little kind of mini, I think, like, I guess it can count as like a mini series that they've released. They released this ahead of season 3. So disclaimer, I have, at the time of this being filmed, I have actually seen the first 2 episodes of season 3, and I've enjoyed them so far. But it did kind of feel kind of like somewhat weird, like, because I think I didn't know if I was going to react to it, but then I just kind of hadn't seen it outside of reactions either. I hadn't actually watched it in my downtime, so it felt kind of weird, because then the more I did hear about it, the more I heard that it wasn't necessarily pivotal viewing, like you didn't like absolutely have to watch it. It wasn't in any way kind of like they didn't serve specifically as set up for season 3, but then it's like more things in season 3, the more you progress, kind of do make a bit more sense and do feel like a bit more kind of right if you've watched this beforehand. And I think even like generally it's like pretty much just like a fun little kind of a fun little series for you to get through before you do go into season 3. So I thought, okay, well, because I mean, even by the time season 3 came out, it had been ages since I'd actually watched season 2 and even 1, so it just kind of felt like going into something new anyway. So it felt like a lot all at once. I figured, okay, maybe actually warming myself up with this series would actually be the smarter thing to do before progressing any further. So yeah, so I think I've got the first 2 episode reactions filmed, and I think I'm only going to be doing the actual season 3 reactions once Diabolical is actually all up on the channel and everything. So yeah, I think this is kind of pretty short too. It's like 10-15 minutes per episode. I think it's about 8 episodes as well, so I think pretty much kind of does align with the kind of format style for like the main series anyway. So yeah, and it's animation too. I'm kind of curious if it's going to be like 2D or like how high the budget was for this, like how animated they go, like if it's going to be like a kind of like a really kind of funky style, or if it's going to be like a comic book thing. Or I mean, because I mean the original is like an actual comic book. The original kind of material is like in the form of a graphic novel. So if it's going to be taking inspiration from that, or if they're going to be doing something completely original for this or something. And from the name alone, Diabolical, I mean that's one of Butcher's favorite words to describe something, to describe almost any scenario that he's in. So I can only assume they might be kind of covering some gore as per usual, and some horror, and some really kind of really kind of fucked up stuff in this. I mean, the first 2 episodes of season 3 alone, just wowza. So, and I've heard it only gets crazier. So yeah, but yeah, I figured I might as well check this out and put it up while I can, and probably even help to again kind of strengthen my kind of viewing of season 3. So yeah, here is episode 1. So I think these will also all be kind of in individual reactions. So I'm not going to try and cram these into one video or into like bundles or anything. It's going to be each episode will get its own reaction, so there's going to be that. So I mean, I feel like with this, like it's probably going to be enough to actually make it it's probably going to be worth more to make it want to eat like a reaction for each individual episode, as opposed to trying to fit everything together. So probably going to be easier to get through that way too. So yeah, so yeah, on to episode number 1 of the boys Diabolical. Let's go. Vought-tunes. This is their Looney Tunes Laser Baby's Day Out, written by Seth Rogen. Nice. This is like actual Looney Tunes style then. Yeah. Scientist at Vought. Vought-doption. Oh gosh. A flying baby. Oh. They're flying baby. Okay, so they're actually giving away suit babies to families then. Wow. Okay. Power trial day 20 of 20. Subject 73852. Oh. Is this the laser baby? Oh, she has to point the laser eyes at the target, yeah. God, this is pretty still pretty awful. Yeah, just literally again raising babies in labs, testing their powers, pushing their powers. Whoa, there's the laser. Oh, there's the laser. Oh gosh. Oh. Okay, it's a pretty neat display of power. Miss. Oh, no hits, just misses. No hits. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, they are like, what, toddlers? Oh, gosh. Oof. Ooh, ooh, whoa, whoa. Subject still has no control over powers. Trial concluded. Oh no, what does that mean? What does that mean? Did she... Starlight! Oh, this is in the modern day then. Starlight! This is in the present day. This is in the present day then. Oh, does he want to adopt her? Can scientists adopt babies? Success story. These are the success stories. Whoa. Megamind, but not blue? Terminate. Oh. So they terminate those that aren't success stories. Don't know why you'd expect any less from Vought. Oh, tiny body and a Megamind. Great. Very typical kind of villain physique. I think she even had like a 7 Playmobil type thing. Is that the no, that's not the deepest. It's in the modern day. It's probably the Deep's distant cousin or something. Oh, where's she gone? Was she invisible? Can she go invisible? Maybe is she invisible? Oh no, she's crawling. That would be convenient if she actually could turn invisible and then just, you know. But no, she literally just crawled outside the... Oh shit. No! Oh gosh. Oh, just crawling in his blood. Oh jeez, hey, she blasted something. Well, hey, it was kill or be killed. It was kill or be killed. A baby was in that situation, no less. Not really sure anyone feels too much sympathy for the guard. Yeah. Is she gonna go floating? Whoa! How did this happen? Oh, Vought. She gonna laser them all? Yeah, she just lasered them all. So sneezing seems to be the current trigger. Sneezing seems to be the obvious trigger. Just one sneeze and boom, you're sliced in half, you're disemboweled. Just... Oh gosh. No, she's gonna... Oh, she's okay then. I thought she went into the lion. No, but she's in the enclosure, and these fuckers are... They're persistent. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh, poor, the horse. Oh no, the horse. Oh, the deep piranhas. Oh gosh. Oh, damn. Oh, yeah, gorilla. Yeah, they're mighty strong. They are mighty strong. Oh, jeez. Set the piranha on him, yeah, that's the piranha on him. Yeah, oh gosh. Oh god. Oh. God, just this baby just doesn't know, honestly just doesn't know how to die, and it's the best thing, And like, out of all of them, out of trained professionals and presumably trained combatants, Simon, the freaking scientist, is the one surviving all of this, yeah. Oh, jeez. Oh, that's a very convenient place with the blade to land. Oh, gosh, so close. Oh, you remember what you're fighting for. Remember what you're fighting for. To save that laser baby. Ah, great. Oh, a little baby carry, yeah. Oh, is this boot like Magneto? Could now be a great time to sneeze. Oh. Oh, chopped Megamind's mind in half. Oh, damn. She shoots the lasers at us. I'm sure she could just... Oh, gosh. Nah, it's over, dude. It's over. It's over. But that time she actually tried, though. That time she actually tried. Yeah, ah. Just don't sneeze in front of him. Do not sneeze in front of him. Yeah. Make sure you don't wear anything allergic, or bring home anything allergic. Just cut. Oh my gosh. Oh, is she using the heat vision to soften their landing to? Oh my gosh. He's actually pointing like a targeter. Oh gosh. Oh. Is Simon in the show? Can we ever see Simon? Is he exclusively made for this? Oh, that is such a cool shot. Yeah. Vought-tunes. That's all, boys. Oh, that was great. That was actually so genuinely good. Oh god, I actually love that. I can't even lie. I actually kind of love that. Yeah. No, I actually really love that. That was, I think, especially like for a first episode too. I think there's so many kind of things that seem so obviously inspired and so cleverly inspired at the same time too. So it just kind of worked really well. Thing like Vought-tunes being Looney Tunes, like I think even on social media and like both on social media and in the actual fiction of the show too, they've just kind of made like such like a clear kind of display of actually using real world kind of, you know, brands and kind of imaging and all sorts of things to actually to modify it to their own need, like Vought Plus, Disney Plus, and the Seven, and Dawn of the Seven being Dawn of Justice, and like all these different things, and like the different kind of companies they have in the show and in the universe and everything. So Vought-tunes so clearly being kind of being Looney Tunes, and even the animation style too, even the animation style being so clearly kind of inspired by kind of the Looney Tunes cartoons and everything. So it was so well done. Even I think even I distinctly also like very clearly kind of noticed like the actual lack of dialogue too, to actually show like how many to show like back in those days like exactly how many cartoons would actually kind of choose to, or like either choose to or be left with no dialogue and just kind of solely rely on actual kind of physical kind of like performance of the drawn characters, and simply rely on action and facial kind of expressions to convey the story and everything. And it was just so well done. It was so well done, like visually so well done. I think even actually maintaining the gore aspects and everything with each and every different kind of like kind of action, and just not really holding back on that because I think in the show in the show it's much easier to be freaked out by it because obviously like that's live action, and then with that comes the actual kind of the challenge and the task of actually having to make every kind of exploding brain and severed arm and severed limb and every other kind of little kind of other kind of bodily gore element actually look real and look realistic and look as horrifying and as painful as it is. But I think with this one, you know, I think especially in cartoons, I think it actively does kind of actually get passed off as and actually look more kind of amusing than anything else. Like even without gore, like when a character is simply hurt or in pain or dying, like I think so like it's easily passed off to be more funnier, especially like to children's one too. But I think more mature cartoons, I think definitely do like stuff like Family Guy and The Simpsons and everything, like they definitely do kind of take kind of steps to kind of make the kind of pain look a bit more kind of like dark humor or dark comedy or whatever. So I think with this one, this being so kind of heavily inspired by like The Boys in terms of content, but then in terms of actual format and visual display, actually kind of using stuff that people have already seen before and people will already be familiar with from before. They did like a really great job of actually kind of passing it off as something inspired and still making it as entertaining as possible, so it really worked in that sense. So yeah, we had Simon, the scientist at Vought. So yeah, and he was a good scientist too. He was a good one too. He was a good one. He was a scientist with a good heart, and I think he definitely kind of seemed aware of what he was actually doing. But I think whether or not he was happy about it is another question too. Like whether he did it because it was his job or because he actually believed in Vaught's kind of ideas and believed in Vaught's kind of, you know, kind of values and their ideas of what power is and how power should be manufactured through kids and all that kind of stuff. Like whether he bought into Vaught's kind of, you know, their kind of mentalities, or if he actually just kind of like saw this as a job and he was just researching, and he actually, because I think the entire episode he is actively fighting against his own company and his own employees to actually save a child's life, because he sees it as a child. He sees it as an actual living, breathing human being with a future ahead of it and like potential and all that sort of stuff. And he doesn't believe that he should have to die because of, you know, Vaught's own kind of ideas of what success and failure are and everything. So yeah, I think he spends it. I think that also like is easily one of the parts that surprised me yet kind of pleased me the most. The fact that someone, because again, like I think you definitely kind of have to believe that if Vought of all companies are hiring guards and security and fucking SWAT vans and everything, they have to hire like the kind of equally kind of trained people to operate those kinds of teams too. So the fact that granted, not many people, no matter how well trained you are, especially if you're a human, but no matter how well trained you are, not a lot can really kind of block off or protect you from fucking heat vision, as we see in the show. Very little. I mean, no, I think so far, I don't know if it happens further on in season 3, but so far from the first 2 seasons we've seen, not much has been used, and not much really can be used to prevent to actually kind of block off or guard you from Homelander's heat vision. So the same can very easily be said for the baby too. So yeah, it's definitely I think interestingly kind of applied that like the laser eyes for the baby were actually kind of like triggered by sneezing too, like anything there. Like I think it was mostly like allergy stuff too, like the feather and the leaf and other stuff. So it was like the deep sneeze obviously being like triggered by the sneezes being triggered by allergies, and then the actual the heat vision being triggered by the sneezes too definitely worked. But then that being the main thing was actually a really kind of interesting kind of concept too. Because I think it's also unbelievable because I think babies can also be allergic to random things, and they can sneeze almost at like any time for any reason. So then it's not exactly hard to actually sneak the laser vision kind of attacks in there too. So I think that's why they died. Like they didn't die because they actually fought the baby and lost. They died because even from like an actual distant range, the baby sneezed and laser beams came blasting out of its eyes, and they were literally dismembered and oftentimes even gutted. So there was that. But then Simon actively had like the courage and the willpower and enough heart and care for the baby to literally wade through the zoo and like even actually kind of even facing off against one or two of the actual kind of guards and snipers along the way too. Like he was willing to wade through anything to get to that baby and to protect it from Vought and to take it away from Vought and everything. So I mean, I feel like we know for a fact that he probably just kind of quit his job the next day or something, but. Yeah, no, I think that just like that whole kind of like the story within this one episode too is just like a really kind of a really cool like a really kind of heartwarming thing to see by the end of it. Just like the entire time just seeing like literal groups of guards and kind of snipers and gunmen just like sent by Vought being lasered down by the baby, and then Simon just going to all manners and lengths to survive and then to get to the baby. I think even then, like he literally used that, like his memories of working with the child and actually working with it to just playing with it and being he didn't not once did he ever imagine it, not once did he ever picture himself actually testing it or logging down details or doing his actual job, but he actually pictured actually playing with it and taking care of it and actually treating it like an actual child. And he used that like what he wanted to be able to do within the future to actually raise it and everything in order to get from one roof to another. So I think it actually showed him off in like a really positive light. I think because I think that alone kind of also kind of helps to speak volumes too, because I think so far the only kind of scientist representation we've probably not representation, but I think the only display of scientists we've got in the show so far is probably with Homelander, because I think I think from what I remember, the only other time they actually showed scientists in the actual show was to show how they experimented on Homelander and how they kind of tested him and trained him and pushed him to the limit and actually kind of tested what his abilities were and actually kind of raised him in the lab and everything. So they're like in the show and with Homelander's kind of backstory too, like they're not really kind of shown off in like too good of a light or too positive a light or anything. So to actually kind of have this kind of show us actually like one person who actually does see it as just a job and actually values the life of a child and values the life of a child who has been given Compound V by Vought as well is actually pretty heartwarming to see. So I think I'm not sure if that's something they're going to limit to this show to be like, oh, this is actually an idealistic version of the scientists at Vought, so you shouldn't trust. I mean, you definitely shouldn't trust Vought either way, even if it's just like one good apple in like a sea of rotten shit and everything. don't know if the message they're trying to give off is like, oh, this is actually one of the few good scientists there are, so Vought as a whole is still like a pile of shit that you shouldn't trust, because then in general that's how you should feel. But then don't let yourself get softened up for Vought by this one scientist who trusts to do the right thing, because then chances are he probably doesn't even survive for that much longer anyway, because then if Vought like will definitely still carry on with the knowledge that the baby has been taken away, and also this one employee has also left and never came back too, so then he's obviously the one doing it, so then they just keep sending more. They probably send like an actual soup after him next time, besides from the Megamind dude and everything. So yeah, and he seemed to be the one running the operation too. Like the actual the Megamind guy seemed to be the one running the operation. So they were running like an adoption thing too, like actually kind of giving away babies. So I'm pretty sure that's how. I think is that how. Because it was definitely set in the modern day, because Starlight was on the wall. Just a picture of Starlight was on the wall, and Homelander too, in the deep at the zoo too. So definitely set in the present day. But I'm pretty sure not all suit babies were raised in lab, because I'm pretty sure like some like families who could afford it paid to have their kids injected with compound V, because then pretty sure that's how Annie became Starlight, because then her mum, I think, but did they pay or were they? I think they were paid. And then Vought did give them money to actually allow them to actually inject their baby compound. So it's like we'll pay you this much to help you and to cover the costs and everything, and then in return you let us inject your child compound V, and we'll see how it develops. I think but then Annie was still never actually raised in a lab or anything. She was just kind of given the compound V as a child, and then it manifested and gave her powers and everything. So yeah, so then I think does make me wonder, like but then that's like with money. So I'm wondering with this one, I'm kind of guessing that this is just kind of baby, because then season 1 still showed us that there were babies in hospitals who had who had actually only just been born, that Vought had paid off and bought out and injected them with compound B, and we're actually kind of nurturing them and everything. So I think maybe that could link into this too. Maybe that could actually link in, so they actually give them the powers, they watch them grow, and then have the scientists kind of train them and kind of monitor them and everything, and then once they're a bit more stable, because then the success stories are all the babies with families. I think the success stories board was all the babies who had actually succeeded in manifesting their powers and harnessing them and everything, so then they were actually given off to parents and stuff. So the successes are actually given away to families to be raised and everything. And then but then I think that makes me wonder, like, because then I think that would, like, because then even if they did kind of buy out or pay for the babies at the hospital, then that could still be there, because then the babies still come from somewhere, so then the babies still actually come from actual parents, and like from actual kind of from actual parents and stuff, and then they give them the money, and then they inject the babies with compound V, and then they train them, and then maybe they actually give them back, or because I think it depends on exactly what kind of babies they deal with, because I think maybe probably depends on what kind of babies they are, because then if this baby's given up for adoption, then I feel like those would be given to other parents anyway. So I think they can still kind of meddle in that. They can still definitely meddle in the adoption system too. And I think I think episode 2 showed us that there actually is like an actual kids home for kids who have powers. I think for child soups there actually is a kids home, and that's where Victoria Newman came from too. And then Stan Edgar adopted her from there. So that was like a whole kind of twist and everything. So yeah. So yeah, I kind of wonder, but I think with this one, maybe, I mean, if they're giving them away for adoption anyway, I think I'm guessing then that means that they then kind of either buy out foster homes and control them, or they actually kind of take over certain systems or take over the system as a whole, and actually kind of take certain babies and inject them, because then they were doing it to adults too in season 2. That they had I think it was like the mental institution or something. That they actually kind of where Lamplighter was working. They had even adults that they were actually experimenting on and giving powers to and everything. So I think it's like pretty much people of almost all ages too. It's like babies, adolescents, and teenagers, and even adults in hospitals and stuff and things, and I think they can probably market the children easier too, because then it's like because then they even passed it off. I think they even had that one pastor dude in season 1 as well, like that one pastoral priest kind of dude who was like doing the pray the gay away for Vought, but then on the down low he was at the actual underground soup club, just getting laid and everything. So, you know, pretty sure like and then they even used one of the Vought sponsored religious festivals to actually pass it off as like an actual gift from God and a sign from God and everything, so they can cover all their bases and pass it off however they want, adopted or otherwise or whatever. So yeah, it's just like it's just a whole kind of really fucked up process that Vought uses to kind of spread its seed throughout the country and pretty soon even the world. So yeah, it's a whole thing. And yeah, even that final scene of like, for one thing, actually using the laser eyes to actually soften to actually cushion their landing, to actually slow down their landing every now and then. But then the advantage being that the ground was covered in soldiers and tanks and then they definitely needed to destroy stuff on their way down to secure a safe landing. But then even once they landed, like him actually using his fingers as a pointer, like, okay, that way, actually targeting the baby and everything, definitely reminded me of Butcher in season 1. I'm pretty sure season 1 in the hospital where him and MM were actually kind of cornered in that one kind of in that one baby room, and he actually picked up a suit baby and just kind of pointed it like an actual kind of laser kind of gun and everything, and just started killing people. So that definitely reminded me of that. But I think with this one, it was actually him using his actual clothes, using his coat to turn into like an actual kind of baby carry, and then holding her and then still pointing her in different directions to take people out and everything. I think that was I think that seemed to be the first time, or at least when she killed the Megamind, when the baby killed the Megamind dude. That was the first time she actively took control of the powers, because then she recognized herself in danger, and then she recognized her new dada in danger too. So then she actively kind of used her own powers and stared really hard at him, and laser beams came out and sliced his head in half, and him still grasping onto life, so still just barely holding on to life, trying to put his brain back in what used to be his head and trying to put it back in. But it's like, oh god, no, I'm done. She lays in my brain in half, everything's gone. So yeah, that was good. That was really good. But yeah, I think that from that point on, she actively has control, because then she's trying to protect herself, she's trying to protect her dada and everything. She's trying to protect her new father. So yeah, so that was cool. So yeah, I mean, again, I don't know. I also, because it has been a while since I've seen episode 2. Also, because then I was kind of conflicted conflicted for a couple of weeks on whether or not I should continue the show and then watch this, or if I should actually kind of hit pause on the show, watch this, and then go back to it. But yeah, I think to my knowledge though, this has not been referenced in the show yet. So again, don't know if Simon and his new daughter are actually going to be referenced in the show at all, or if they're going to mention it, or because it's in the present day, so I think there's no kind of timeline issues, or unless this happens before the series actually kind of starts or anything. So I don't know, but either way, I think it's a cool story to have nonetheless, and it definitely kind of shows off at least this one scientist in like a good, more kind of humanizing light and everything, and definitely kind of shows that this is one child kind of just definitely non-consensually granted with superpowers and everything, that will hopefully have a better future and everything. So yeah, if Simon can live long enough to outrun Vought, even after they send more kind of forces after him and everything. So yeah, also does leave me wondering how many soups with similar powers there are out there, because I think there was the one baby in season 1 that Butcher picked up that had laser vision, like pretty similar to Homelander. Then there's Ryan too, but Ryan, that's because he's actually Homelander's son. He can likely only get his father's powers because of that. So there's that. But then there's also this baby too. So it kind of makes you wonder like how much kind of variation between powers there is, compared to how if it's 1 in 5 babies with compound V will end up developing the same powers or similar powers, or similar traits, like maybe out of 2 babies, only one of them has laser vision, but both of them are bulletproof. But then the other one might have something else like super strength or something. But then Homelander, he has basically everything. He has pretty sure he has the X-ray vision. He has the X-ray vision. He has the super hearing. He has basically everything that Superman has. But we don't know what his actual kind of physical kind of kryptonite is just yet. His mental kryptonite, we have an idea. But his actual physical kryptonite, what can actually penetrate him, we don't know. So yeah, but it did, because then even like in the hall where the sun was running down, I think it might have shown some water, but then definitely showed another scientist came flying out the room, and there were like spikes and stuff on the door, and even more coming. So definitely kind of other powers at play. So does make me curious though, like exactly how much variation there is between powers, and like how likely certain babies are to actually develop similar powers or the same powers even. So, you know, makes like matchups and face-offs kind of very interesting too. So yeah, it's interesting. Yeah. And I mean, obviously, kind of like we already, again, know just exactly how terrible Vought is as a company and as a corporation and everything. Like, I think they're like pretty much like if anything, probably the pinnacle of like, if, you know, lack of humanity and any kind of moral code or anything, because then for them it's all about product and, you know, publicity and exposure and money and money and all that kind of stuff. But still, the idea of actually having like an actual termination list for babies is really fucking dark. Like the idea that like if a baby with powers doesn't meet their expectations, especially like if it especially doesn't meet their expectations in time. Like I think they gave the baby 20 days to actually try and hit the target, and it was a miss each time. So you know, well, I think maybe it might have been like a hit one time, but it's just not enough for them to consider a success story or anything. So then the idea, like, if the baby doesn't actually kind of meet their expectations, then the babies get terminated and things. Again, just like a super fucking dark concept, but nothing you wouldn't already expect from some place like Vought. So I'm really curious if that alone is also something, because then I think if they're already going to like the detail of actually setting this during the modern day when the characters and heroes that we know, the characters and suits that we know are already kind of around and kind of alive and present and everything, then I feel like there's no reason for them to actually kind of neglect or kind of ignore details like this from this and not apply it to the main story too, to actually reference it or to actually connect it and to confirm that it's very much like a really horrific thing that does in fact happen and everything. Because again, I think all they can do is really kind of go further to really confirm exactly how horrible and how inhumane that Vought is, but then nothing more they can do can really surprise you. But it can only really continue to actually horrify you and disappoint you and everything. So either way, I think the details that the details actually kind of like set up for this story were really great, and actually really going to work to set them up and to execute the story the way they wanted it to. So I'm just hoping that they aren't like hoping that they don't really kind of shy away from actually referencing this or actually kind of connecting this to the main stuff. And you know, same goes for the rest of the episodes too. I really actually can't wait to see what the rest of the episodes are like and how they connect and how they might help set up the future of the stories coming in. So yeah, but yeah, for now that is pretty much all I've got from this. Really fun and really kind of visual and entertaining kind of episode. So can't wait to see what the rest of this series has in store and everything. So yeah, that is pretty much that was The Boys Diabolical episode number 1. So thank you guys as always for being here and for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, then feel free to leave a like and comment on what you thought of the episode and what you thought of it, and what you're looking forward to in the rest of them, and how kind of you felt about this series and everything. And yeah, that is pretty much all there is for this one. So yeah, until the next time, bye bye for now.